All right, and with that said, it is 3-0 North Cobb Christian on top of the Darlington Tigers right now. We'll get ready for the second quarter, but we're going to take a 1-minute break on WLAQ. We'll be back.
They're featuring Ziegler's Barbecue, hamburgers, hot dogs, Papa John's Pizza, nachos, and hot chocolate.
But not a lot of scoring. Eagles up 3-0. It was kind of a wild first quarter, and now we get ready for the next 12 minutes of this football game, last 12 minutes of our first half. Darlington swaps the other way, now working left to right, and they've got 2nd down and 2. There's a snap. Shelley takes it, and Caleb Thompson pitches it right back to Shelley. He's going to run. He's got some green grass. He's down to the 30, spins around, and they haul him out of bounds at around the 25. That was a nifty little move. Not what they were looking to do, but it worked out fine.
No, they pick up a Parker and Lundy first down on a flea flicker that ended up being a QB scramble. The penetration from the North Cobb defense was immediate, and it blew that play up a little bit, but that's what Patrick Shelley does best. If he's forced to improvise, he's dangerous.
Oh, you're not kidding. So the Darlington Tigers carry this drive into the second quarter, and now they've got the football on the 25-yard line, threatening to move it into the red zone. 11:35 left to go in the first half. It's 3-0 North Cobb Christian over Darlington. They're going to send 2 wide to the far side, 1 here to the near side. The near side of receivers, Braden Bell. You got DJ Johnson, and we'll catch the other number in a moment. That's Mumpower on the left side. They're going to hand it off with the ball is Bowden Owens. He's going to be down at around the 14-yard line after a nice pickup there for the Tigers, about a 10-yard gain.
It was. That's going to move the chains for a Parker and Lundy first down for the Tigers once again. It's great to see Bowden Owens back out there contributing. He missed a few weeks. He's a valuable part of this offense.
Here's the snap to Shelley on first down. Going back to Owens, jumps over a couple of guys and gets it down to around the 10-yard line, maybe just inside the 10.
Good carry from Owens. We're getting a heavy dose of Bowden on this drive. He's been great finishing games for this Tigers team early in the season, and he's getting the rock early and often here tonight.
So the ball's at the 11-yard line, 2nd and 7 here for the Darlington Tigers. Got to get it down to close to the 4-yard line for a first down. Got to send 2 wide receivers to the far side, DJ Johnson and Mumpower. Also, you got Braden Bell split wide to the right here on the near side. Here comes the snap on 2nd down. They're going to go, nope. Quarterback's going to keep it, run off to the left side, and he is going to dive forward at around the 6 or 7-yard line. They get him out of bounds.
Yeah, very close to a first down. I think it'll be about 3rd and 2.
The Eagles, number 5, Will Mosley.
So the Tigers can pick up another first down right inside the 5-yard line, Matt.
Gain of 6 on the play, 3rd and 1.
So they'll line up under center for this play, 4 wide set. Shelley takes the snap. He's going to hand it off to Cordero, and the line is going to be able to bring him down at around the 5-yard line.
I think he's got the first down from my line of sight here. The far side officials got the spot at the first down. So we'll see where they spot the ball, Matt.
They're saying 4th down right now, it looks like. It's going to be, I think the line to gain's the 4, and it's right at the 5.
The Tigers are going for it.
Under center is Shelley. He'll dive forward on the quarterback dive. He gets it, stays up, muscles his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Darlington Tigers. A 5-yard run for the Tigers. A flag does come in.
And the touchdown will count. Shelley spun the ball in the end zone, so we're going to get an unsportsmanlike conduct there. We'll see. We'll see if they put that on the PAT or if that'll come on the kickoff. And we saw this, saw this last week. Shelley was pretty much contained in that game, and he got a chip on his shoulder. And, man, when he gets a chip on his shoulder, he gets things done. And they did call the unsportsmanlike conduct there on Darlington.
Dead ball, unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. So that's the Tigers. Penalty to be assessed on kickoff.
So Darlington will have to kick off from way back. That could set North Cobb up with some good field position.
So the Tigers will attempt the extra point, leading it now. Their first lead of the game, 6-3 is your score. 9:50 left to go here in the first half, as we will get ready for the extra point attempt from Ryland. They're saying it's Talon Shirey. Normally it's Ryland Scott. Let's see what they do here. Here comes Ryland Scott around. So Ryland Scott will attempt the extra point here for the Tigers, and he has just been excellent throughout the season.
He sure has, Matt. Very, very consistent.
So here comes the snap from Mason McKenzie in just a moment. There's the signal from the official. The snap's good, the hold's good, and the kick is on the way. It is good, and it's 7-3 Darlington Tigers.
So a bit of a struggle to get there after 2 turnovers in the first quarter. Darlington gets a turnover of their own when Caleb Thompson intercepted the pass from Luke Brock, and then the Darlington Tigers march 90 yards to score their first touchdown of the night and take their first lead.
So we've seen 2 scores in this football game. Ian, on the very first possession of the game, Darlington had the football and threw an interception to start the game. North Cobb Christian would get the ball, have excellent field position. Darlington did well on defense and forced them into a field goal type situation. 30-yard field goal was made. That made it 3-0. Then it was a punt for the Tigers, a punt for North Cobb Christian. Next time Darlington would have the ball in their third possession, they would fumble it. It would be recovered by North Cobb Christian. On the very next play, North Cobb Christian would throw an interception that Caleb Thompson would come down with. And then on the ensuing possession, Darlington would end up with their first score of the game. Patrick Shelley plunges into the end zone on a 5-yard run, and Darlington leads at 7-3.
And I'd like to point out, North Cobb Christian started on Darlington's 15, their own 43, and Darlington's 32-yard line. They're yet to pick up a first down, and Darlington's defense only surrendered 3 points.
That's pretty significant.
Yeah, absolutely.
It really is. Good observation. Well, the ball is going to be kicked away from the 25-yard line after the penalty was assessed there on the kickoff. So we're going to see Ryland Scott put the boot on it here in just a moment. Going to have a man around the 20-yard line here. That's going to be Willoughby for the North Cobb Christian Eagles. It'll be end over end. It's going to drop in at about the 32-yard line. Will be brought out and returned to about the 44-yard line before the Tigers swarm him and pull him down to the turf.
Yeah, I mean, so far tonight, the worst starting field position the North Cobb Christians had is their own 43. As they'll start this drive at their own 44, but yet to pick up a first down in this ballgame.
And that was Trey Priester, by the way, with a return for the North Cobb Christian Eagles.
And it's hard not to think of the North Carolina Tar Heels when you look at these uniforms.
Yeah.
Your Eagles start first and 10 from the 43-yard
So the Eagles back to the line of scrimmage at the 44-yard or 43-yard line, rather. They'll line up under center in an I formation, wide receiver to the near side, everybody else in tight. A little bit of a miscommunication there. Quarterback tucks and runs, and he's going to pick up 2 or 3 yards.
Yeah, Luke Brock there turned around to hand the ball off, and the back wasn't there. So he made a quick spin and fell forward and picked up 3 yards.
That's going to bring up second down and 8 ball right at the 45-yard line. Eagles on their own side of the field. Coming off the field is Jaden Coates, I should say. So Brock in at quarterback here for this North Cobb Christian team. They'll line up in a pistol formation with 3 wide on the near side, 1 on the far side, working from right to left. And here comes the snap to Brock here on second down. He is going to hand it off. They'll run it up the gut, and dragging the pile down across the 50 is going to be Trey Priester. That was a hard run from that young man.
Absolutely. That time the Eagles' offensive line got good push and gave Priester enough wiggle room there to reach the linebackers on almost the second level.
So he picked up 5 yards on that play, setting up a 3rd down and 3 here for North Cobb Christian with the nose of the ball right there on the 50-yard line. So we're at midfield. As North Cobb comes back to the line of scrimmage, they'll send 1 wide receiver to the near side. That was the man that was in at quarterback on the previous play, Brock. So new quarterback into the game and taking the snap. He's going to run it. That's Priester, runs off to the left side of the formation. It looks like he got the first down.
It's close.
Number 2, Jaden Coates.
Yeah, they're going to move the chains.
Tackle on play for the Tigers, number 28. Joel.
Wait a minute.
No, they're saying it. Oh,
they are not.
There's gain of 2 on the play.
Well, that sets up fourth down then, folks.
The Eagles.
Eagles come back to line of scrimmage, going for it on fourth down, it would appear. And at quarterback's Jaden Coates. He gets ready to take the snap from the gun. He's going to run it left, stays up, spins around, breaks a tackle, has the first down, and then a chunk of yards after that as he gets all the way across the, 35 down to about the 33.
Yeah, good pursuit early in that, but Coates made a couple of really nice moves there and found himself a running lane, a spin move on Joel Lewenberg, and that allowed him to pick up big yardage and the biggest play of the game so far for this Eagles offense.
So 7:42 left to go in the second quarter. 7-3, Darlington leads it, but North Cobb Christian on the move. They'll send 2 wide to the far side. In at quarterback's Jaden Coates. No, actually it's Brock again. He's under center. There's the snap. He's going to drop back, looking to throw, puts it in the air up the middle of the field, and caught. And touchdown for North Cobb Christian. Great pass and grab there from Skylar Parker, pulling that one down. It looked like Talon Shirey had him pretty well covered.
Yeah, he was behind Shirey, but the ball was hung up a little bit there, and Shirey made a really good play on the ball. The ball was actually behind the receiver, and the receiver just made a great play on the ball.
He really did. So again, Skylar Parker there with the touchdown for the Eagles after grabbing that pass, and that was an excellent play.
34.
So now North Cobb Christian takes the lead back, 9-7, 7:24 left. There's the kick from Stevens. It's on the way, and it is good. So with that said, we've got a 10-7 ball game in favor of North Cobb Christian.
Yeah, up until that drive, the Eagles had not picked up a first down. They picked up 2 and hit the big play and kind of lulled the Darlington defense to sleep a little bit there. They had been running the ball other than one pass attempt that was intercepted. It had been all on the ground so far for this Eagle offense, but that time they took a shot and it paid off, and Darlington trails by 3.
So Darlington will get the ball back with 7:24 left to go here on our opening half of play, and it's been a really, really interesting first half of play. Do want to give you a couple of programming notes coming up after the game. It'll be time for the Honeymoon Bakery Icing on the Cake Player of the game, and I don't think we've got enough time before they get back to line of scrimmage to tell you all the great things that Patrick Shelley did last week to earn the honor for the 3rd time this season.
Homecoming King caught a touchdown, ran for a touchdown, threw for a touchdown, intercepted the game-winning pick.
And there was a few other things as well.
Yeah.
But that was a pretty good summary, and I think kind of makes the point there. So thank you, sir, for rattling that off.
Yeah, sure. I wish I could do it like the Micro Machines guy, but I don't have that in me.
I don't think a lot of people do, to be honest with you.
And the Tigers.
Whatever happened to that guy?
He's still talking fast somewhere, right?
Ball is teed up by Trey Stevens. Going to have Talon Shirey standing around the 2-yard line here for the Tigers to try to return this kick. But what we've seen so far, he may not get a chance. Well, it looks like he will this time, just as I say that. Fields it at the 2. He's going to bring it out, cuts it up to the far side. He's got some green grass. He's going to be near the 40. Stays up, gets down across the 50, the 40, 35, 30, 20. He's at the 15, dives out of bounds, and is hauled out of bounds just inside the 10. What a big return.
Absolutely. So far, Stevens has boomed him out of the end zone. That time he gives Shirey a chance. He fielded that at the 1-yard line, Matt. So that is a return of 90 yards.
Goodness gracious. 90-yard return.
Make it an 89 if we're going to be technical.
Okay, let's be technical about it, but still.
Stacy will correct us, I'm sure, if we're wrong.
From the 11.
7:07 left to go here in the second quarter. Shelley lines them up 1st and 10 with the ball on the 11-yard line to start things off here in North Cobb Christian territory in the red zone. We have a timeout called by North Cobb Christian, so we'll do the same. Eagles 10, Darlington Tigers 7. 7:06 left to go here in the first half. Let's step out for a 30. Shirey returns it from the 2-yard line all the way down to the 11-yard line and sets the Tigers up in the red zone to start this possession. North Cobb Christian took a timeout to get everybody in place here before we start this series.
Yeah, the Tigers wanted to go quick. North Cobb Christian probably spent a really good time out there just to take a breath after the big return by Shirey.
So the Tigers will run back to the line of scrimmage. Again, they are going to be lined up at the 11-yard line to start this drive. They'll line up in a pistol. Everybody's in tight here for this formation. Man goes in motion. They'll hand to the motion man. That's Eli Thompson. Runs around the left, and he's going to be brought down at around the 5-yard line. So a pickup of close to 6 yards.
Yeah, had a heck of a run there. Just a little jet sweep type handoff there. Picks up 5 yards.
Gain of 5 on play, 2nd and 5.
So 2nd and 5 for the Tigers.
6-yard line.
Ball is on the 6 here for the Tigers. So they will get lined up, and the line to game for the first down is the 1-yard line. Shelley's going to line them up in a pistol with everybody in tight here for this formation. He'll get ready to take the snap here on 2nd down, hands it off, gives it to Caleb Thompson, and he's going to be dropped at around the line of scrimmage, it looked like to me.
Big number 65, Denzel Alexander Louis, I think, is how that is pronounced, came in and disrupted that play.
That's pretty good for the first time. It'll roll off the tongue by the end of the game.
Alexander Louis.
That brings up 3rd down and 5 here for the Tigers. Going to send 2 wide here to the near side, 1 on the far side. Caleb Thompson remains in the backfield here with Patrick Shelley. There's the snap. Shelley rolling right, looking towards the end zone. Ball in the air. It is caught, and that is a touchdown catch by Will Bagby of the Darlington Tigers. 6-yard pass play, and the Tigers are back on top.
Absolute rocket there from Patrick Shelley. He rolled to his right. He had 2 guys in the end zone. Bagby was running the shallow route there and was wide open, and Shelley put it right on the numbers. Great catch there by Bagby for his 2nd touchdown of the season.
Doing a tremendous job and helping his team out there when it really counts here. Tigers up 13-10, 5:49. We've got another crazy one brewing here with the Darlington Tigers involved.
We sure do. Region play has arrived.
Man, oh man. So they will get lined up, and Ryland Scott will attempt the extra point here and see if he can tack on another one. Snap from McKenzie is now on the way. The hole looks good from Payne. Kick on the way, and it's right down the middle. So it's a 14-10 ball game.
Right down Broadway. Ryland Scott continues his streak of consecutive PATs made. And the Tiger cheerleaders are running the flag out.
14, Eagles 10.
So again, 5:49 left to go in the first half of play. Darlington 14, North Cobb Christian Eagles 10.
A lot of action in this one so far, Matt.
Oh, yeah. You are not kidding. It's been a fun game. What have we seen? 3 lead changes so far?
Yeah, 3 lead changes, 3 turnovers, 2 Darlington touchdowns.
This has been absolutely wild, and we told you coming into the game not to really look too much into that 3-4 record here for North Cobb Christian, because the 4 games they lost were against top 10 teams in the state. And so they're a team that's gone up against a lot of great competition like the Darlington Tigers throughout the season. They're playing at home. This was certainly not a challenge that they were going to back down from, so they've come to play.
Got some excellent athletes on this team too. So going to be a good matchup tonight.
So the Tigers set to kick it off. Ryland Scott going to put the boot on it. You got 1 man back here for North Cobb Christian standing at around the 10-yard line, and that is going to be Priester, Trey Priester, the junior.
The Eagles, number 7, Brady Willoughby, set deep return.
And here Ryland Scott runs to the football. We'll kick it away from the 40-yard line. It's going to be end over end. It'll be fielded around the 17. Priester brings it out with a head full of steam all the way down to around the 40 before they finally wrestle him down to the ground. May have got a couple more yards after that.
Yeah, got out to the 43 with that extra momentum, and you said it, Matt, head full of steam there. You have to be fearless to be a kick returner, and he certainly was there.
Trenton Mercer.
So North Cobb Christian's going to begin at their own 43-yard line, and as we've talked about through the evening, they've had great field position every possession.
They sure have. And their last possession on offense, they finally found some success moving the football see if Darlington makes some adjustments.
I formation, Luke Brock under center is going to pitch it to the right, and now he'll cut back inside, and man, just gets pummeled by Trenton Mercer, and I believe there was somebody else in there, Shelley.
Yeah. That was a sweep play to the far side of the field, and Priester tried to cut it back and was greeted rudely, to say the least.
Man, oh man, loses a yard and rattled his brain, no question about that. That was a heavy hit. My goodness, I can feel it up here.
Clean and heavy hit.
Oh, yeah.
Excellent defense there by the Darlington Tigers.
So 2nd down and 11. They're going to send 3 wide here to the near side, 1 on the far side. They'll line up in a pistol formation this time. Brock at quarterback. Ready to take the snap on 2nd and 11. They're going to hand the football off, find a little bit of room on that right side. Actually kind of make something out of nothing. That was Trey Priester with another big run, about 6 yards.
Yeah, just a good run there from Priester.
The Tigers number 10, Jack Good.
They go from 2nd down and 11 to 3rd and 4. That's a pretty solid game.
9-yard line.
So the ball's at the 49-yard line. North Cobb Christian threatening to move it into Darlington Tigers territory. Darlington up 14-10 with 4:25 left in our first half of play as the Eagles run back to line of scrimmage, working right to left with 3rd and 4 coming up. Here's the snap from the shotgun to Brock. He's going to drop back, looking to throw on this play. Ball's in the air. It is caught as he was going out of bounds. Did he have his feet down? Yes, he did.
Yeah.
That was an excellent grab by that wide receiver. That was number 7, Braden Willoughby. What a grab.
Yeah, Willoughby just laid out and made the catch. A beautiful catch there and a big first down.
Man, oh man, what a catch.
Luke Brock's delivery reminds me of Phillip Rivers. He wears 17 as well. But he's kind of got that sidearm shotgun throwing style.
Ball at the 42-yard line. This time we're going to have a different quarterback. Nope. Yep, we do. That's going to be Coates again. Got one man beside him. That's Priester. Man goes in motion. They're going to fake to the motion man, hand it back the other way with some misdirection with Priester, but the defense was ready for that one. They've seen that on film a bunch, you can tell.
Absolutely, man. That was a really nice-looking play design, but the Tigers stayed home and shut it down.
So that brings up 2nd and 10 here for the Eagles with the ball at the 42-yard line. That's where it remains. 3:23 left, first half. Darlington 14, Eagles 10. Road game here for the Tigers, game 9 of the season. So next week we'll wrap up the regular season. Then have a bye week, a much-earned, well-deserved bye week. There's the snap. It goes to Coates. He runs off to the left side, stays up, and gains 2 or 3, but this is going to set up the 3rd and long here for the Eagles.
And you're getting this rotation of Jaden Coates and Luke Brock at that quarterback position. It's keeping Darlington kind of on their heels a little bit right now.
Oh, indeed it is. So that was a pickup of actually 5, so that sets up 3rd and 5 from the 37-yard line on Darlington's side of the field. Eagles with the football, trailing by 4. We've got 2:40 left here in the first half. This time they'll line up in a pistol with 3 wide on the right side, 1 on the near side. Man now moves off the left side of the quarterback. There's the snap. It's in the air and incomplete. He threw it off to the left side of the wide receiver.
Yeah, Brock rolled out to his left there, and Alan Cordero came with a head full of steam, laid the wood, and Brock, it affected the throw, obviously, as he put it in the dirt. So a big stop there for Darlington, but we're in kind of no man's land here, so I think they may stay on the field and go for it, man.
And it does look like that's going to be the case. We have not seen Trey Stevens.
He's got a big leg. I don't know if he's got a 54-yard leg.
No. I just, yeah. He also handles the punting duties as well.
Oh, yeah.
So this is going to be a pistol look with 3 wide, 2 on the far side, 1 on the near side here for 4th down and 5 as we get ready for Coates to take the snap. Man goes in motion. There's the snap. They're going to give it to the motion man. Then they hand it back off. Ball loose on the turf. And the Tigers looks like they may have come up with it. No. Number 8 came up with it for North Cobb Christian. That's Jacob Cruz.
But it will not matter. They take over right there. It was 4th down and 5. And they went with a little trickeration and got too fancy as the ball hit the turf. It was an unforced error. And Darlington will take over with great field position and a chance to stretch this to a 2-possession game for the first time tonight. 2:19 left on the clock, and the Tigers have all 3 timeouts, Matt. You want to take this time off the clock, go get a touchdown, and hit the locker room with all the momentum on your side.
So Patrick Shelley at quarterback. He's going to have Caleb Thompson in the backfield with him. Also back there is going to be
Fans, don't forget.
Joel Owenberg at the sniffer position. 2 wide on the near side, 1 on the far side. As Shelley gets ready to take the snap. We've got 2:19 left to go on the clock here in our first half. There's the snap. They're going to hand it off, and Caleb Thompson with a head full of steam stays up, gets about, 15, 16 yards. A helmet falls off.
You got a flag that came in late there, too. Got to wonder if there's a face mask there that'll get tacked on. We'll see what the call is. Thompson just running with extreme power, just kept those legs churning. He's had a heck of a night, man.
He really has, and still waiting on the official call here on this flag. We were screened, so didn't really see exactly what happened there. Trying to see on the replay if we could pick it up, but you may be right.
Came in late, so I don't think it was a hold. It had to be some kind of a personal foul.
I think it was a face mask they just signaled.
All right, so they will march this off from the end of the run. It's a 15-yard penalty, and we'll take the Tigers all the way down to the 20-yard line. They're going to spot it back at the 21.
Big penalty late here in the first half gives the Darlington Tigers some yardage and puts them right there at the edge of the red zone. Talon Shirey comes in for this package. And now they're going to line up. Shelley's got Caleb Thompson in the backfield. Shirey's off that left side. Everybody's in tight here. Man goes in motion. They're going to hand it to the motion man. He flips it back to Shirey, who comes around the side, and now he heads down towards the 14-yard line before they pull him down.
And the play, very similar to the play to the one the Eagles fumbled on momentarily. They pull it off that time, Matt, and Shirey almost took that to the house.
So now the ball is going to be at the 14-yard line after the pickup from Talon Shirey. 1:34 left on the clock here in the first half. Tigers 14, Eagles 10. Wide receiver on the near side is Will Bagby. You've got Eli Thompson in the slot on the left side. Talon Shirey is split wide left, As Shelley gets ready to take the snap on second down, they're going to hand it off to Caleb Thompson. Stutter step, stays up, and he's going to be pulled down at the 10.
He's going to be pulled down, but not before he gets a Parker and Lundy first down. And the Tigers are in business.
First and goal for the Tigers. They've got the ball at the 11-yard line, so it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Tigers from the 11.
Gain of 3 on the play. 1st and 10.
They're going to send 3 wide here to the near side. In the backfield remains Caleb Thompson. As Shelley takes the snap on first down, he's going to hand it off to Thompson. He gets swallowed up by the defense and brought down for a loss.
Hand out to the Tigers, number 13.
The Tigers will take a timeout with 47 seconds to go.
All right, since we're close to halftime, why don't we just keep it here? We want to let you know we're going to have some Braves baseball for you on the radio airwaves coming up. We've got a flag here, Ian, as well.
Let's see what the call is.
But again, Braves baseball coming up for you, and I really hope the Braves would get it done in one of those last couple of games, but couldn't get it done and just got whooped yesterday.
Yeah.
So it's an interesting scenario there, is that the Braves will play Game 6 tomorrow, 3:50 pregame. First pitch will be 5:08. However, if Houston wraps up the ALCS by winning tonight, the National League Championship Series is going to move to that 8:08 slot. So we're not 100% sure what time the game's going to be tomorrow. So stay tuned.
It'll all depend on the outcome of that ALCS game. And I know you were rooting for a Sox-Braves World Series, Matt, so you need the Sox to come through tonight. And we're all biting our nails because we're right back in the same boat we were in last year. A 3-1 lead has now turned into a 3-2 lead. 2 home games to ice this bad boy for the Braves. Please, please, Bravos, don't break our hearts.
Don't break our hearts, and anytime it comes up in conversation over the last couple of games or over the last couple of days, all I say is 28-3, man. That's all you got to say.
Yeah.
28-3. It's the curse.
Well, we led 3-1 last year in this series too, so... anyway, I'll hold my breath and hope. Maybe tomorrow will be a special day.
Oh, man. We'll see what happens. 47 seconds left in this first half here from North Cobb Christian.
That penalty, Matt, was a false start on Darlington, so it'll be 1st and 15 from the 16.
Thank you, sir, on the update. Well, at the end of the night tonight, we're going to have the Rome Orthopedic Center High School Football Scoreboard Show with Lynn and Austin Butler. Looking forward to hearing those guys on our trek back to Floyd County. some big games tonight taking place. Of course, now you're at the end of the season, so the playoff picture is starting to shape up a little bit. So the Tigers go back to line of scrimmage. 1st and 15. Ball is on the 16-yard line after the penalty yards are assessed. 3 wide near side, 1 on the far side. Shelley with Thompson in the backfield. That's Caleb Thompson. Shelley's going to run this football on the quarterback draw. He spins around and gets it around the 10-yard line.
It'll be interesting to see if Darlington tries to rush to the line here or if they take one of these timeouts. And they will.
They're going to take a timeout. So, again, we're just going to keep it right here because we're this close to halftime. So, we're going to have a Braves game for you tomorrow. If necessary, we'll have Braves for you on Sunday on WLAQ. Kind of hoping that's not the case, but it'll be Game 7 if we do. Pregame at 6:20 on Sunday. First pitch would be at 7:37, no matter what the scenario shakes out to be.
Now, Matt, if the Braves game is early and ends early enough, will you go over to some Georgia Tech football?
Let's see. The game tomorrow is at 7:30. I don't know. We'll have to see what happens. We talked about it earlier, and I'm just not 100% sure what we'll do there.
Well, they may be getting beaten so bad by Virginia at that point you might not want to.
Maybe we'll look and see what's happening and make a game-time decision on that one. It's complicated when you have so many moving parts and things like that going on.
So, Sprayberry 7.
No doubt about it. Well, I think that Braves game's a little bit more important.
Oh, yeah. No question about it.
So here's your scenario here, Matt. Tigers lead 14-10. It's 2nd and 10 at the 11. They could pick up a first down right there around the 1-yard line. There's 33 seconds left, and Darlington has 1 timeout left. So they can pretty much call anything in the playbook here. But it'll be interesting to see how Brent Bell decides to call this.
Tigers trot back out onto the field. They're going to send 2 wide to the near side, and the slot is going to be Eli Thompson. Bagby's going to be here on the right side. In the backfield's Caleb Thompson with Patrick Shelley here for this 2nd down play. Shelley's got the balls, looking to throw, gives it to Thompson. He is at the 5, dives forward and gets it close to the 4-yard line before he goes out of bounds.
Got out of bounds and stopped the clock. What a great play there by Caleb Thompson. His first reception of the night, and he almost took that one to the house.
So 26 seconds on the clock, 3rd down here for the Darlington Tigers. They got to get it about 4 yards to get that first down. As the ball
Game 7 on play.
is on the 4-yard line.
And 3 for the Tigers.
So the Tigers get ready for a big 3rd down play. Caleb Thompson in the backfield with Patrick Shelley, 3 wide set. There's the snap. They're going to fake it, and Shelley runs around and spins into the end zone. Touchdown, Darlington Tigers. A 4-yard run there for the Tigers, and they reach pay dirt again and increase their lead.
They sure did, Matt. Patrick Shelley's 2nd rushing touchdown of the night, and that time after the play, Shelley escorted that football right over to the sideline judge after he got that unsportsmanlike penalty. You know what? We're human. We make mistakes, but I love it when you see a kid learn from their mistake and go do the right thing the next time they have the opportunity.
I'm with you 100%. So the Tigers will run back to line of scrimmage to attempt the extra point. Rylan Scott's been perfect so far in this football game. Jack Payne on to handle the hold here. Mason McKenzie, the long snapper for this Darlington team. A next-level guy, no doubt about it. Here's the snap. The hole looks good. Kick on the way, and it is through the uprights, and we have a 21-10 ball game in favor of your Darlington Tigers.
Yeah, that was exactly how you wanted to draw that up. They got the ball with 2 minutes and 19 seconds left and a chance to extend their lead to 2 scores. They took almost all that time off the clock, 2 minutes to be exact. Scored a touchdown. They should be able to get to the locker room with an 11-point lead.
Indeed. So we've got 19 seconds left to go, and barring something crazy here on the kickoff, Darlington, as you pointed out, should have an 11-point lead at halftime. So considering the way this game started, Tigers are in, obviously not out of the woods, but they're in much better shape than things were looking early in the game.
Yeah, absolutely, Matt. A shaky start turned into a really strong second quarter for this Darlington offense especially. I think the defense, other than one play, has really been absolutely stellar in this ball game. They were put in tough situations and were able to get off the field time and time again. So nice to see the offense start to click.
We'll have a lot of fun stuff at halftime. Of course, we'll talk about the front runners for the Honeymoon Bakery Icing on the Cake Player of the Game. We will have some scores courtesy of Rome Orthopedic Center. We'll go over some stats. Our buddy Stacy Norton will bring those to us in just a little bit. Talk about some college games coming up this weekend. Talk some baseball. We got a lot of stuff to talk about. There is going to be a squib kick there from the Tigers. It's batted out of bounds by North Cobb Christian, and the clock is at 16 ticks here left in the first half.
Yeah, Will Mosley, a heads-up play there for the Eagles, just batting that out of bounds. That was a live ball, so here we go, Matt, 16 seconds. I don't think we're going to see the Eagles come out and take any chances here. They're still in this ball game, and I think forcing the ball downfield could end up being disastrous for them. So I expect them to just run this or take a knee and head to the locker room.
So North Cobb batted that ball out of bounds at the 27-yard line, so that's where they'll set up shop with 16 seconds left to go. They're going to line up, it looks like, in a shotgun formation as they get ready for their final possession of the first half. They'll send two wide receivers to the right. They're going to hand it off. Priester will run it, spins around. Actually, that was Coates, and picks up about 7 or 8 yards, so a chunk of yards there.
Coates runs with purpose. Man, he's tough to bring to the ground. And that's it, Matt. That's the end of your first half.
All right, Darlington Tigers 21, North Cobb Christian Eagles 10. We're on the road here in Kennesaw, Georgia, at the home of the Eagles at Jacob Dennis Field. We're glad you're with us for Darlington Football Night here on WLAQ and also the live Darlington video stream. We're going to send it back to the studio for a break. We'll come back and we'll have some halftime commentary here on the Darlington Tiger Radio Network. We'll be back.
Here, I'm becoming who I want to be.
Here, I am looking toward my future.
Here, we learn from our failures so that we may soon succeed.
Here, we're passionate about learning and trying new things every day.
Here, we search for new perspectives and cultures so we can better understand the world.
Because at Darlington, we know we're in the most trusted hands.
As we discover new passions and learn more about ourselves through academics,
Athletics,
fine arts,
and service to our community, we show our versatility as we choose different pathways to our goals.
this is our home.
We embrace challenges and persevere, even when something seems impossible.
We collaborate and create to take our place in the world.
We know that together we can make an impact.
This is our moment, our time.
Graduates today, Darlington forever.
back, and we're going to have to battle the PA a little bit tonight because it's homecoming here at North Cobb Christian School, and of course having a great night here tonight. Darlington Tigers on top 21-10 here on homecoming night for the Eagles. And we've got some stats. We appreciate our buddy Stacy Norton, who's been doing the stats the last couple of years, for bringing those up to us. So what you got, Ian?
We'll start with the scoring summary, Matt. As you said, the Darlington Tigers lead this thing 21-10. In the first quarter, they trailed 3-0, and that field goal was a result of an interception on a tip ball from Patrick Shelley. It was intercepted by North Cobb Christian, set them up at the 15. Darlington stopped them on 3 consecutive downs, and Trey Stevens was able to hit the field goal from 29 yards. Later, in the second quarter, Darlington finally got on the scoreboard. Patrick Shelley ran for a 5-yard touchdown. It was kind of a sneak play that he just pushed the pile forward and got into the end zone. After that, he spun the ball and got an unsportsmanlike conduct, setting up North Cobb with good field position, which they've had all night. But Luke Brock was able to complete a 34-yard pass for a touchdown to Skylar Parker, and they retook the lead 10-7. Darlington, on the next drive, Talon Shirey returned the kickoff 89 yards to set the Tigers up, an immediate big play to answer that touchdown. And just a few plays later, Patrick Shelley rolled to his right and hit Will Bagby for a 6-yard touchdown, giving the Tigers a 14-10 lead. Darlington was able to get the ball back, and on the final drive, Patrick Shelley capped it off with a 4-yard touchdown. So there's your scoring summary so far. Darlington's total offense, 167 yards on 35 plays, averaging 4.8 yards per play. They're outgaining North Cobb Christian by quite a good amount. North Cobb only had 87 yards on 20 plays with 4.4 average per play. Some individual stats for you. Patrick Shelley's 4-6 for 25 yards and a touchdown. Luke Brock, he also has an interception. Luke Brock is 2 for 5 with 43 yards and a touchdown and an interception. And the workhorse of the half, without a doubt, was Caleb Thompson. Listen to this. He's already got 16 carries for 87 yards. He's averaging 5.4 yards per carry. Patrick Shelley's pitching in a good bit, too, with 7 carries for 54 yards and 2 touchdowns. And Bowden Owens also had 2 carries for 14 yards as well. Receiving, Bowden Owens has 1 for 8. He's leading the way. That was for a first down, and Caleb Thompson has 1 for 7. So the Tigers doing a great job tonight. And, of course, Rylan Scott's 3 for 3 on his PATs. So there's some stats for you to kind of give you a picture of how the Tigers have gotten to this 21-10 lead.
Well, Ian, we're glad everybody's with us here tonight on the broadcast. It would not be possible without our radio sponsors that we have, so we want to acknowledge them right now. Floyd Medical Center, also Honeymoon Bakery. They've been the sponsor of the Icing on the Cake Player of the Game since I think Brad Butler was a freshman. That was a long time ago.
That was a long time ago.
Riverside Auto Group, Avery Drugs, Harbin Clinic, Rome Orthopedic Center, the sponsor of our show that comes up after the game, the Rome Orthopedic Center High School Football Scoreboard Show, which has really become a tradition as well on WLAQ. We appreciate those guys. Ware Mechanical, and then also for our road games, we have Jower Scalar Insurance. All of these folks pitching in to make sure that the Darlington games are for you, are there for you on the radio.
And I haven't seen our dear friend Rick Lundy tonight, but we appreciate Parker and Lundy's support as well. So
we love those Parker and Lundy first downs, don't we?
We do. We've been calling a lot of those tonight.
We really have.
No doubt.
And so, folks, we again, we just appreciate our sponsors making it possible for us to be here and to bring these games to you. This is the next to last game of the regular season. Just to let you know what's coming up on the schedule, the Tigers are going to host the Walker Wolverines coming up next Friday. After that, it's going to be a well-earned, needed bye week, and then it's time for the playoffs, folks.
And we should be watching this Tigers team, barring something strange. They should be playing at Chris Hunter in that first round of the playoffs.
And we have a kind of an anomaly, something we've never had happen before that I should let you know for our radio-only listeners. If the Braves are in the World Series, one of the games, Game 3, so it's a definite game that will happen, is going to be on Friday evening. So if that is the case and the game is on Friday, then we will not have a radio broadcast. However, we will be with you to bring commentary for the video stream. So it's just one of those situations. We've never had that kind of a scheduling conflict before, but it happened in 2021, unfortunately, or it may happen. Well, it may not happen.
It may not.
Think about it. The way things are going now, and the momentum shifted in Los Angeles Dodgers side of things, and maybe it's a repeat of next year, and we will be with you. Maybe I shouldn't have said anything. I don't know. I was acting like it was a foregone conclusion. I shouldn't have done that.
We'll have to hold our breath and see. We're used to it. We root for Atlanta teams.
Yeah. So that's what about what we've got going on for you, but we're going to go ahead and take another break here on the broadcast. And when we come back, we'll talk about some scores from other area high school football games, talk a little college football, and more here on our halftime show. So you're listening to Darlington Tigers football. Happy story so far at halftime. The Darlington Tigers 21 here on the road facing the North Cobb Christian Eagles. The Eagles with 10 points. 21-10 is your halftime score in favor of the Tigers. We'll be back in a few minutes.
For 4 years, and he attends North Star Church. Tremaine is grateful that all of his teachers want to see him grow as a person every day, and they will never let him give less than his best. Tremaine's Bible verse comes from Proverbs 16:3.
In the classroom and on the field.
We know that we can do anything, be anything,
achieve anything.
We're part of a program that is 100% dedicated to nourishing our minds and our bodies.
As teammates, we push each other further than we ever thought we could go.
Because every single one of us has something to contribute.
We practice hard so that when we compete, we can leave it all out on the field.
With each win, we build confidence.
With each loss is a lesson.
Our coaches teach us more than technique.
They prepare us to be good teammates,
friends, and people.
We face adversity together
and push through to reach our goals.
We may struggle,
but we will never give up.
Because today,
tomorrow, forever.
We're Darlington Tigers.
At Darlington, we find our confidence in discovering who we are.
In the classroom and on stage.
The opportunities are endless.
Our creativity knows no bounds as we take risks,
explore opportunities,
and stretch our minds.
Together with our teachers,
we use what we've learned to create beauty,
to tell stories,
to inspire. We discover new passions
while allowing existing ones to flourish.
We know that we can do anything,
be anything,
achieve anything.
We give our time to something greater than ourselves. Whether we're sketching,
singing,
writing,
or acting, we find new ways to express ourselves
and share our talents with the world. We know that our ideas and contributions matter, and we take great pride in that.
Because today,
tomorrow, forever.
We're Darlington Tigers.
halftime show here,
And
as it's homecoming night here at North Cobb Christian School. And we're getting ready for the moment that everybody's been waiting for, as the PA announcer just said.
I know, everybody's looking handsome and beautiful, including me and you, Matt. You know?
Yeah, we're on the video right now. My goodness.
That's right.
I do want to let you know a baseball update for you. As Steve Conrad pointed out, Houston is up 1-0 over the Boston Red Sox. They're in the bottom of the second, so I guess Houston's got the trash cans a-banging already, huh?
And they're cheating, I'm sure.
No doubt about it. So we've got 4:40 left here in our halftime period. They're shooting off fireworks. They did that before the game. Now they're doing it here at halftime. Will they do it at the end of the game?
Not if it keeps going this way.
I wouldn't think so. You never know. They may do it anyway.
I love pyrotechnics. Bring it on.
I do too, man. It's fun. I just wasn't expecting it earlier, but then all of a sudden it happened. But anyway, we do have some other scores for you. Going to talk some high school football. We got some interesting ones brewing tonight, huh?
Yeah, no doubt about it. Any given Friday, right? Things can go down. The Rome Wolves are on the road against Alexander, a region foe. Rome right now is in the leading spot in that region after their win over Carrollton, but they've got some tough games down the stretch. This being one of them. They're up 7-0 at halftime, so that one's still very much in question. A barn burner in Lindale. The Model Blue Devils lead the Pepperell Dragons 15-14 at the half. So we'll see if the Devils can hold on. I know that we thought that was going to be a good game, but Model finding some offense early. Should be interesting to see how that one finishes.
And you know, Ian, Model has only taken down the Pepperell Dragons one time since the late 80s. So this would be a pretty monumental win. And the storyline there, obviously, Jeff Honeycutt is the head coach of the Model Blue Devils. Rick Hurst won the job over Honeycutt back several years ago when they were looking for a new head coach. Coach Honeycutt coached for Hurst for a short period of time, and so they're really, really good friends. So a lot of interesting storylines with that game.
Yeah, we'll keep a close eye on that one going forward. No surprise here at Cartersville after they rolled Blessed Trinity. They're doing the same thing to Woodland. It's 49-0 at the half in what could decide Region 7 AA, and a game Matt and I picked differently.
I've got rocks in my head sometimes.
The Chattooga Indians are trailing 28-0 at the half to the Fannin County Rebels, so it looks like the Rebels may very well go on there in the driver's seat for sure to win their second straight 7 AA title.
Are you waiting for me to say something for myself?
I mean, no, you're still up. Even after this game, I'm down 2 games in our picks. So
I don't know what it is about the Fannin County team. I guess it's one of those things. They came into Region 7 AA last year, took the region by storm, had some guys from that team that graduated. When you looked at their schedule, they hadn't really played a tough schedule so far. Chattooga has really come on offensively, scored a lot of points the last few games. I thought, what the heck, I'll take Chattooga, but it's going to burn me tonight.
Well, you go back to that loss that Fannin County had to Sonoraville where they got blanked 32. It's hard to erase the fact that they just got boat raced by a good Sonoraville team, but it kind of made you think twice about how good Fannin County was. They've proven that they're a pretty good football team, I think, at this point. Staying in Region 7 AA, Coosa is up in Trenton playing Dade County, who has had a really good season. The Eagles, not so much. They did get their first win last week with a 7-6 victory over Gordon Central, but they're trailing 14-0 at the half to the Wolverines, and they've just struggled to score, so I'd expect Dade County to hold on in that one. Here's one that definitely grabs your attention. The Calhoun Yellow Jackets have had a phenomenal season. Beat Blessed Trinity a few weeks ago, have really been clicking. And Cass, if you've ever talked to Coach Gates, this is a guy you think he's going to have success. He just carries himself in a way that if you have one conversation with him, you believe he can get it done. Right now, the Cass Colonels are hanging tough at the Reeve. They're only down 21-14 at half. Did not expect that.
I didn't expect it either. The way that the Calhoun Yellow Jackets have played, the only game they've lost this year was to McCauley. McCauley was a team that won a state championship last year, and just the way they've ripped through their schedule since then. You go back to that Cedartown game where they basically blew Cedartown off the field. The Cedartown team with a really, really solid defense. I thought this was going to be not blowout city, but certainly not that close as you edge towards halftime in that game. So we're going to keep an eye on that for sure.
No doubt about it. Another big game. This one in Region 6 AAA. Daresville at Rockmart. The Tigers have had a really good season. Their only loss coming to an undefeated Ringgold team by 5 points. They're down 14 to Rockmart. Daresville's been really good. Rockmart just has so much firepower.
They really do. Tons of offense on that football team. And Daresville's one of those teams that's pretty good on both sides of the ball, but they're not a team that gets out there and overwhelms a lot of teams. Rockmart is that type of team. So I think we're going to find Rockmart on top by the end of the game. But definitely a respectable effort by a good Adairsville team.
Sticking in that region, another big game, the Lafayette Ramblers, who are having one of their best seasons in years, are playing Sonoraville. I don't have an update on that one. It's 0-0 based on the score stream app I'm looking at here. And then a few nights ago, was it last night?
It was last night.
Yep. Tryon absolutely smoked Armurchie. Armurchie's had a great season as well, but the Tryon Bulldogs came in and had something to prove.
Yeah, and I tell you, man, it was 48-7 at halftime. They had some lightning that was taking place. They ended up having a delay and ultimately decided to call it at halftime. Or the way things were going in that game, there's no telling what the final score would be. Tryon was pretty darn fired up for the Armurchie Indians in that game and made a statement for sure.
Well, a good win for Tryon. They're having a good season. Look playoff bound as well, but Armurchie's not out of that conversation either. We will keep a close eye on all of these scores as the night goes on, but stick around after the game, because you can you can hear what the Butlers have to say and everybody else around the region that calls in to report from all these wonderful games.
Indeed. Well, we've got 2 minutes and 20 seconds left of the mandatory warm-up period, so the halftime period has expired. We're going to take a quick minute-and-a-half break. Minute-and-a-half break down the line. We'll come back for the start of the second half. North Cobb Christian will have the ball as they won the toss and deferred. So Darlington up 21-10. We're at halftime. We'll be back in a minute and 30 seconds. Cool. Yep, we're about 20 seconds away now to the kickoff of our second half. Again, North Cobb Christian won the toss just before the game. They deferred to the second half. Darlington leads at 21-10 as we get ready for this half of the football game to begin. And it's just hard to believe that this is game 9 of the regular season, game 3 of region play, and that next week we're going to wrap up the regular season. It's gone by in a blink of an eye.
We wait all year, and then it just flies by. I can't believe it either, Matt. So we'll see how this one unfolds, but the Darlington Tigers in control at the moment. North Cobb getting the ball to start this second half. Darlington's defense has really played excellent all night, only giving up 87 total yards.
Unbelievable. So we'll see what happens as we get the second half started. Again, at the end of the game, it'll be the Rome Orthopedic Center High School football scoreboard show with Lynn Butler and Austin Butler. Those guys do a great job, and they're going to have a lot of fun games to talk about on the program tonight. And I do want to let you know that's a call-in show, so if you're listening to the broadcast tonight, you want to call those guys and talk about anything related to high school football. They also talk a little college football at some point during the program as well. You want to write down this number at 706-232-7767. That is the call-in line at the radio station, and they certainly encourage your calls. Definitely more fun the more voices that you get on during the course of the program. All right, we're ready to go, folks. Ball is teed up at the 40-yard line. Ryland Scott ready to put the boot on it. One man back here. That's going to be Priester here for the North Cobb Christian Eagles, and we're just about set to be underway here for the start of the second half as we get ready for Ryland Scott as he runs to the ball. Toe meets leather. It's going to be another squib. This one's going to be picked up at the 33 and will be fielded and returned to around the 45 before he's pushed out of bounds. It was picked up, Ian, by number 5, Will Mosley.
Yeah, and that's the second time the ball has found its way to Mosley. He had the heads-up ability to slap the ball out of bounds late there in the first half. That time he got a chance to return it and made the most of it as, I mean, North Cobb has started with great field position. They're out their own 44 again.
And that's been one of the stories of the night, no question about it, but still Darlington on top 21-10. As Brock is in at quarterback here for North Cobb Christian. Again, they're in their Carolina blue uniforms with navy blue trim. There's a pass up the middle. A screen's going to connect with Jacob Cruz. He's got some green grass. Dives forward, picks up about 11 yards.
And Cruz has made a play on defense, but that's the first time we've seen him get the ball. He's quite a good-looking athlete out there. That time, simple crossing route, and he's able to get upfield.
And 9 yards.
Yeah, 9 yards. They will have to get another yard to get that first down.
So Cruz for 9 yards on the pass play. I believe that's his 12th reception of the season.
They're going to move the chains.
Yeah. Kind of thought so.
That was delayed.
Yeah, it really was.
To say the least.
10 for your Eagles.
So the ball's at the 46-yard line of the Darlington Tigers. Now the Eagles with it on the Darlington side of the field. Brock takes the snap. He's going to hand it off. They go to the right side. Fast run there for Jaden Coates. Picks up 6 or 7.
Coates had a great first half carrying the football. Wouldn't be surprised to see them hit the ball in his hands in as many ways as possible. He's a good playmaker.
So 2nd and 4 here for the Eagles. They'll line up in a pistol, going back to Coates. Bounces off to that right side again. This time he's going to be stopped after a pickup of close to 3. Setting up a 3rd and short.
Bounce that out to the right. Alan Cordero on the tackle.
And number 51, Gatlin.
So that sets up a 3rd and 2 with the ball now at the 38-yard line on Darlington side of the field. The Eagles are working from right to left, trailing at 21-10 with 10:32 left to go in the football game. They go to the huddle. Draw something up here for 3rd down. They'll run back to line of scrimmage. It's going to send a couple of wide receivers off to the far side. One of them was their quarterback, Luke Brock. They got a new quarterback in at the game. That'll be Coates. We've seen them swapping out throughout the course of the game. They're going to fake the handoff. Coates is going to run this football, and he cuts up inside and is going to be spun around and dropped at about the 30-yard line.
Yeah, oddly enough, that time the man in motion was the other quarterback, Luke Brock, and he was the lead blocker for Coates. So an interesting play design there. Patrick Shelley wrestles him down, but it was after the first down was already achieved.
So another first down here for the Eagles. That'll line them up at the 32-yard line on Darlington side of the field. With just under 10 minutes to go here in our 3rd quarter, they'll send 2 wide out to the right side. Quarterbacks is going to be Coates here for this play. And he gets ready to take the snap as Priester moves off to his left. So we get ready for Coates to take the snap here on 1st down. And he is going to fake the handoff and run it up the middle.
Oh,
gets dropped, takes a heavy hit there by Gus Gamage.
And Gus Gamage laid the wood to Coates on that one. He tried to take it up the middle, and Gamage was having none of it.
So the Tigers fired up on that play on defense. A heavy hit by Gus Gamage punishes the ball carrier. That brings up 2nd and 9 here from the 31-yard line. Let's see who they line up at quarterback for this play. I think it'll be Brock this time. Yep, it is. He's going to be up under center. They'll line up in that I formation we've seen a few times today. They'll send 2 wide outs to the right side. Brock gets set to take the snap on 2nd and 9, drops back looking to throw, puts some air under it, and that is right to the goal line they go with the pass, and a touchdown pass is caught by number 11, Skylar Parker, and that was a 31-yard pass play for a touchdown.
And it was the exact same play they scored on in the first half. That time a better throw from Brock, The one on the first half, he kind of hung it up and behind his receiver, and his receiver just made a great play on it. But the play action allowed the receiver to get separation and get behind the defense, and Parker gets his second touchdown of the night. And North Cobb Christian has climbed right back into this ball game, Matt.
Indeed they have. There's the extra point off the leg of Stevens. It bounced off one of the uprights, but in, and now the score moves to 21-17, still in favor of the Tigers.
So that 11-point lead is now down to 4. And Darlington will bring their offense. The last time the Eagles scored a touchdown, Darlington answered with a big play on special teams, an 89-yard kickoff return from Talon Shirey. They would love to do that again. Once again, Stevens will be kicking into what is not much of a wind anymore, but he did leave it short for Shirey last time. I imagine he'll try to put a little extra mustard on it this time.
We'll give you a quick little weather check here in just a couple of moments to let you know what kind of situation we have in terms of our temperature here in Kennesaw, Georgia. 61 degrees, and we've got beautiful skies here tonight. We've had a clear night throughout the game, so it's a really, really wonderful night for football. It's cool, but not too cool. It just feels great.
Perfect night for football.
So the ball is going to be teed up again by Trey Stevens. Handles all the kicking duties here for this North Cobb Christian team. You're going to have a man back deep, standing around the 3-yard line, Talon Shirey for the Darlington Tigers. Tigers are working from left to right. And running up the football is Stevens. He'll kick it away, and that's going to be fielded at around the 3. Shirey's going to bring it out. He had a big return on his last return. He's going to go off towards the far side of the field, cut it back upfield, and he gets out after a lot of running, gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Yeah, a nice return from Shirey there. That ball was not an easy one to handle, and he made a great play running from right to left there to set up the Tigers for their first drive of the second half.
So 21-17 your score. Darlington on top by 4 points with 8:43 left to go in the third quarter of the football game. They get ready for their first possession here of this second half of play. Going to send a couple of wide receivers to the near side. You're going to have Eli Thompson in the slot. You will have Will Bagby here split wide right. A couple of receivers on the other side. I'm screened. I can't see who they are. In the backfield, it's going to be Caleb Thompson. They're going to give it to him here on this first down play. Ball is going to be down at about the 30-yard line, so he picked up about 5 yards.
Done what he's done all season, man. He didn't have much room there, but he got what he could and kept pushing forward and picked up close to 5 yards. 6 yards.
Yeah. So a gain of 6. Setting up 2nd and 4 here for Darlington. Ball is at the 30-yard line. We've got 18 left to go here in the third quarter. Going to have a wide receiver here to the near side. That'll be Will Bagby, one on the far side. Caleb Thompson remains in the backfield there with Patrick Shelley. Man comes in motion. That's Eli Thompson. Working from left to right. There's the snap. They're going to fake the handoff. Ball's in the air, and it is going to be a no man's land, an incomplete pass.
Yeah, well defended, but that ball was behind the intended target. He was looking for Joel Lowenberg in the flat and threw it well behind him, setting up a third down.
So after the incomplete pass, as Ian mentioned, it's going to be 3rd down and 4 here for the Darlington Tigers. Ball remains at that 30-yard line.
And Darlington does not want to go 3 and out here. Right now, momentum is on the side of the home team.
4 wide set, 2 on each side here for 3rd down and 4 as Shelley gets ready to take the snap with Caleb Thompson flanked to his left. Man goes in motion. That's Eli Thompson from right to left. There's the snap. He's dropping back, puts the ball in the air, connects with Eli, dives forward, and it looks like he's close to a Parker and Lundy first down. Do you think he got it?
He got that Parker and Lundy first down. That was an absolute rocket by Shelley. And Eli Thompson pulled it in and fell forward to move the chains. A crucial first down pickup for the Darlington offense.
So the ball now on the 35-yard line with a fresh set of down for the Tigers. They're going to send 2 wide to the near side. A couple on the far side. In the backfield's Caleb Thompson. As we get ready for this snap here on 1st and 10 from the 35. There's the snap to Shelley. He's going to hand it off. Caleb Thompson finds a seam and picks up about 8 yards.
Whoa. And Matt, that puts Caleb Thompson over 100 yards on the night. That's his 18th carry of the game.
Certainly in the running.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
One for the Tigers.
Talking about the Honeymoon Bakery icing on the cake player of the game. Going to have a couple of wide receivers on each side this time. Cordero's in at that sniffer position. Under center is going to be Patrick Shelley. He'll take the snap, hands it off to Cordero, and he is able to muscle through. Got another first down.
He sure did. Picks up the Parker and Lundy first down. Alan Cordero from that sniffer position, just barreling ahead, and he got a little more than he needed, and the chains move once again.
So now we're at the 6:53 mark of the third quarter. Darlington 21, North Cobb Christian 17. Darlington on the move with another first down. They will line up this time at the 47-yard line, still on their side of the field, methodically moving the football down the field. They're going to have trips to the near side, one on the far side. Caleb Thompson in the backfield with Patrick Shelley. Shelley's going to put the ball in the air, connects with a wide receiver. That was DJ Johnson with the reception of about 8 yards.
Yeah, nice catch there by DJ. Had to kind of cross over to pull that one in. And a good gain.
Yeah. About 9, yeah. So now they'll line up for 2nd and 1 at the 44-yard line. They're going to line up with Caleb Thompson in the backfield with Shelley. Trips to the far side, one wide receiver to the near side. There's the snap. They're going to fake it to Thompson. Shelley's going to run the football, goes off to that left side, picks up another Parker and Lundy first down.
He sure did there. Just a little read by Patrick Shelley. He decided to keep it. Easily got the first down, but not much more than that. But you're moving the chains. That's the third first down on this drive.
And protecting the football. Ball on the 41-yard line for the Tigers with 1st and 10 now on the Eagle side of the field, leading at 21-17 here on the road. 2 wide receivers to the near side here for the Tigers, a couple on the far side as well. In the backfield is Thompson, Caleb Thompson with quarterback Patrick Shelley. Taking the snap on 1st and 10, gives it off to Caleb Thompson, stutter steps, and moves the ball about 8 yards again. What a game he's having.
Yeah, no doubt about it, Matt. They are feeding him the rock. 19 carries after that one. And a heavy dose of Caleb Thompson is what this Eagles defense is getting. And the Tigers are on the move.
2nd and 3 from the 34-yard line here for the Tigers. They'll send 2 wide receivers on each side of the formation with Caleb Thompson in the backfield with Patrick Shelley. Just about to the 5-minute mark of the third quarter. Shelley takes the snap. We got a flag that came out. It's a false start.
Yes, it is, and that's the first penalty of the second half. Procedure penalty will move Darlington back and set them up with 2nd and 8.
5-yard penalty brings up 2nd and 8. The Tigers from the 39-yard line.
So that'll back the Tigers up all the way to the 39-yard line, bringing up a 2nd and 8 here with 5:01 left in the third quarter. Going to have Eli Thompson in the slot here on the near side. Split wide right is going to be Braden Bell. Also now lining up in the slot is going to be Bowden. Nope. Is that Bowden Owens? Yes, it is. There's the snap. Shelley is rolling to the right side, looking for somebody to throw it to. He's going to have to tuck and run, making something happen with his legs. He's going to run out of bounds at around the 33, so he picked up 5 or 6 yards.
Yeah, got the penalty yardage back and maybe an extra yard, setting up a 3rd and 2. And you've got to think this is 4-down territory for Darlington if they don't pick it up on this 3rd down attempt.
Joel Owenberg back out on the field here for the Tigers for this offensive package. He's going to line up at the sniffer position here on the near side of the formation. That'll be the right side. 2 wide, far side, 1 on the near side. And here's the snap to Shelley here on 3rd and 3. Bouncing off to the left side. It's Caleb Thompson, and he is going to get all the way inside the 25 down to the 24.
And that's another Parker and Lundy first down for the Darlington offense. Caleb Thompson's 20th carry of the night. He's well over 100 yards. You want to see him get to pay dirt on this drive. He's worked hard tonight. Let's see this guy get in the end zone.
It's a 9-yard run there for Caleb Thompson, so it's 1st and 10 for the Tigers now at the 25-yard line. 21-17, Tigers lead it. We have 4:14 left to go in the third quarter. 2 wide receivers to the near side. You got Munpower is going to be over on the left side of the field. And at the sniffer position is going to be Lowenberg. Shelley's got Caleb Thompson in the backfield to his right and behind him a few steps. There's a snap. They give it to Caleb Thompson. Bounces right. Stays up. He's inside the 20, down to the 15, all the way to the 10 before he goes out of bounds. So another big pickup. That's going to be what, about a 15-yard run there for Caleb Thompson.
And another Parker and Lundy first down for this Tigers offense, who is they're clicking on all cylinders right now.
14 yard is the total yardage there for Caleb Thompson on the play. So that brings up 1st and 10 with the ball on the 11. So the Tigers in the red zone going to split 2 wide receivers off to the far side and 1 on the near. Shelley gets ready to take the snap. He's got it in his hands. He's going to fake the hand. No, gives it off to Caleb Thompson, bounces to the left, and gets it down to about the 7.
Caleb Thompson.
A little different play design on that one. So just a kind of an extended sweep on the handoff, and Thompson wasn't able to get too much. Well defended there by the Eagle defense.
Brings up 2nd and 8 as the ball on the 9-yard line. So a 2-yard pickup there for Caleb Thompson and the Darlington Tigers. 3:20 mark of the 3rd quarter. Darlington leading at 21-17. Trying to add to their point total for this football game. Going to have a couple of wide receivers on the near side, 1 on the far side. Shelley taking the snap on 2nd down. He's got it in his hands. He's going to turn, hand it off to Caleb Thompson. Powers into the end zone, dives at the end of the play. That's a 9-yard run for Caleb Thompson for the touchdown, and the Tigers increase their lead.
And on his 23rd carry, Caleb Thompson does indeed find pay dirt and a huge touchdown for Darlington. North Cobb Christian came out and answered the bell. They got a touchdown to pull it within 4. Darlington comes back and immediately answers that score with one of their own and took a lot of time off the clock in the process.
Ryland Scott on for the extra point attempt. Here comes the snap from Mason McKenzie. Hole looks good from Payne. Kick on the way, and it is good. It's a 28-17 football game in favor of your Darlington Tigers.
Great scoring drive there from the Tigers. I don't know exactly how many plays, but you're looking at around 10 to 13 plays. They took it 75 yards for the score, and Caleb Thompson gets the touchdown to cap off an excellent first drive of the second half for the Tigers.
And he's starting to eye those cupcakes from Honeymoon Bakery. He is certainly one of our front runners for the Honeymoon Bakery icing on the cake player of the game. He's been the bell cow tonight.
Yeah, no doubt about it. It's been a heavy dose. 23 carries, probably close to 140 yards at this point. He has a reception. He also had an interception in the first half.
That's right.
Yeah, he's competing for some cupcakes, no doubt about it.
We're glad you're with us on Darlington Football Night here on WLAQ and also the live video stream. Always have a great time when we get to hang out with Dave Corbin and Joey Johnston and just the whole gang. We have a ball. We probably have too much fun, don't we?
I know. We should just keep doing it year after year after year.
Tigers will tee it up as Ryland Scott gets ready to kick it off here to North Cobb Christian. You're going to have one man back here for the Eagles, who now trail the game at home by 11 points again. 28-17 is your score with just under 3 minutes to play here in our 3rd quarter. And I think that's going to be Coates here back. It is. And he'll be standing around the 12 or 13-yard line. There's the boot from Scott. It's end over end, drops in at about the 20-yard line. It's brought out by Coates, spins around, stays up, cuts back towards the middle of the field, now back right, breaking tackles left and right, and he's going to go out of bounds finally on Darlington's side of the field at around the 40. That was a heck of a return.
Absolutely. I mean, that ball had a lot of hang time. Darlington has been excellent in kick coverage this season. In every game that I've been here to see live, I don't think I've seen a return of over 20 to 25 yards. Coates was able to make some nifty moves and set up this Eagles offense with excellent field position at the Darlington 39-yard line.
Indeed. So again, field position has certainly been in the favor of North Cobb Christian throughout the evening, and this is some of the best field position that they've had. So they'll run back to line of scrimmage, as you pointed out, to the Darlington 39, 1st and 10. They'll line up in a pistol formation, Brock at quarterback. Brock taking the snap. He's going to pull it back, put it in the air on a screen pass that was almost intercepted there by the Darlington Tigers. It looked like Mumpower had a beat on it, got his hands on it, and batted it down.
He did, and I'll have to see who got the hit there. It was Alan Cordero once again coming with the pressure. He's done that a few times to force incompletions. That time it almost forced an interception.
So the ball remains at the 39-yard line, bringing up 2nd and 10 as the Darlington defense really tries to pin their ears back here and get a stop after great field position was won by a great return by Coates. And this is an I formation. Brock takes the snap, is going to pitch it, a little sweep off to the left side on the toss to Coates, and the defense was ready for that one.
And the cannonball arrived like he was just fired, followed by Gatlin Hancock, and Coates is down on the field after taking a hard hit.
So that was Coates losing about 3 yards and taking a heavy hit, and he is down. So the trainers are going to come out and have a look at him. Certainly don't want to see anybody get injured tonight, so we hope that young man is going to get up pretty quickly here, but he's not moving around a whole lot right now. Now they're going to turn him around.
He's moving his legs, so that's always a good sign. I think he just got his bell rung there, Matt. That was a heck of an impact.
Well, we have 2:25 left to go here in our third quarter of play. Darlington is up 28-17, looking to avenge one of their losses from last season. North Cobb Christian came up to Darlington and won that game 28-10. And to be honest with you, when you look at the stats from that game, it was a pretty dominant victory.
Yeah, I remember that. They just couldn't stop the running attack of this Eagles team. And this year it's a different story.
A lot of sports coming up for you on the radio this week. And, of course, throughout the weekend, part of our weekend programming is CBS Sports Radio Network, so you can hear the eye on the NFL on Sundays. I know they'll be talking a lot of college and NFL football coming up tomorrow, but we're also going to have Atlanta Braves baseball. Not sure of the time for that game yet. The Braves in NLCS Game 6 will play at either 5:08 or 8:08. That depends on what happens with the Red Sox and Astros series tonight. And, of course, if that series ends, the Braves will get that later slot. But right now, it is in the middle of the fourth, and Houston is clinging to that 1-0 lead in that game.
See how that one turns out. And some good news here. Jaden Coates is up and walking off under his own power. Looks like a shoulder injury to me. But this Eagles offense will certainly miss him if he can't come back. And right now, that right arm is hanging a little limp.
It is, but he is moving it around a bit and whatnot, so that may not be the end of his night, the way that he's moving at this point in time, Ian. We may see him again, but we'll see. They're going to line up with 3rd down and 11. Ball is on the 40-yard line. North Cobb Christian with the football, trailing 28-17 here at home, and it looks like they got the Tigers to jump.
They did. A hard count there will make a 3rd and 11, a 3rd and 7. Haven't been too many penalties tonight. It's been a pretty clean game. You had a face mask and unsportsmanlike conduct, but other than that, fairly well executed on both sides.
It really has been. It's been a fun football game to watch, and hopefully the end result will be just as fun and another Darlington Tigers win. I mean, to reel off 8 wins in a row, that's pretty special.
No doubt about it.
This will be a shotgun formation with 4 wide receivers. Quarterback takes the snap here on 3rd down, puts it in the air, and that is going to be incomplete, out of reach of the receiver's hands.
And guess who applies the boom to the quarterback again?
Cordero.
No doubt about it. He came in and put the hit on and made that a tough throw to get off for Luke Brock, and he fired it into the turf. Now, trailing by 11 with 2 minutes in the third quarter, 4th and 6 at the 35, they're going to go for it.
They got to go for it, yep. No doubt 4-down territory here. Ball is at the 35-yard line, 4th down and 6 to go. 2:01 left, third quarter. Darlington 28, North Cobb Christian 17. 2 wide on the far side. Everybody else is going to be in tight here for this formation. Brock takes the snap. He rolls right. He's got company in the backfield. Is able to connect with a wide receiver, but he's short of the first down.
Short of the first down.
A turnover on downs here for North Cobb Christian.
And I'm going to try to see if I can see who made the tackle. Oh, man, there were a host of Tigers there.
Patrick Shelley.
Okay, Patrick Shelley. That guy's a primetime player. There is no doubt about it.
He truly is. So 1st and 10 now for the Tigers. They're going to start this drive on the 30-yard line of the Eagle, or of their own side of the field, I should say, leading at 28-17. So let's see what the Tigers can do to try to put this a little bit more out of reach here for this Eagles football team. Still a lot left to play here in the game. 2 minutes left here in our third quarter and a whole nother quarter to go. So not out of the woods yet. 4 wide receivers working left to right for the Tigers. There's the snap. They're going to hand it off and go the other way with some misdirection for Thompson. A flag does come in.
Yeah, we'll see if that was a face mask or a hold. I think that might be on the Tigers. The Eagle defense really blew that play up.
Tiger on play with the Eagles, number 65, Dentel Alexander Lewis.
Blocking the back on the Tigers.
Illegal block against the Tigers.
That's a big penalty. I mean, Darlington in a position here with a two-score lead to kind of just pound the ball and take some time off the clock, but now they're going to be operating way behind the chains.
So that'll be a 15-yarder setting up a 1st and 25 here for the Darlington Tigers from the 15-yard line. So that's, like you say, that's just a big penalty.
15-yard line.
Going to send 3 wide receivers to the near side. We got a little bit of a stoppage of play. A conference between officials will take place here in just a moment as they all run out there together.
See what the
have a conference.
Gotta love a good conference.
A meeting of the minds.
It's a zebra party.
Well, the party's over. We're ready to go.
Those zebras, they always call it a night really early, right?
So 1st and 25 from the 15 here for the Darlington Tigers. Going to have to make up some of those penalty yards here early in this series. Going to send 3 wide receivers to the near side, 1 on the far side. Shotgun formation as Patrick Shelley gets ready to take the snap with Caleb Thompson in the backfield. They're going to give it to Caleb, and he's going to muscle through and maybe get about 5 of those penalty yards back.
And I don't think there's any harm in sticking with a conservative game plan here on 1st and 25. You know, you've got a couple minutes left in this third quarter. If you could at least run those minutes off the clock, I think you'd consider this drive a success with the penalty setting them so far back.
So similar formation, 3 wide on the near side, 1 on the far side here for the Darlington Tigers. We're down to the 1:20 mark here of our third quarter of the football game with Darlington up 28-17. So we get ready for this 2nd down and 20. There's the snap. Shelley fakes, is going to put the football in the air, and that is going to sail out of bounds for an incomplete pass.
And that was a slow developing play action pass, and North Cobb Christian brought heat, so Shelley had to, he flushed from the pocket before he could really make his read, just had to throw that ball away.
So that'll bring up 3rd and 18 here for the Darlington Tigers as they will come back to the line of scrimmage, which is at the 22-yard line of their side of the field. So the block in the back penalty really hurt this drive here for the Tigers.
But don't count them out. 3rd and 18. They've found a way to pick up some of these insanely long 3rd downs throughout the season.
Hopefully that will be the case here, but 3rd and 18 with the ball in the 22. Shotgun formation. Caleb Thompson is to the right of Patrick Shelley. Shelley will take the snap, drops back, looking for a wide receiver open. He's got his eyes downfield. He's going to tuck the ball, run. A flag comes in. We'll see what that's all about. Shelley spins around and is down at around the 30-yard line.
And you may see him decline this penalty. I think it's going to be a hold. Or a chop block, perhaps. If it is indeed a chop block, they'll probably take it and back him up even further to try to flip the field position. See what the call is. I think they're going to decline it. Yep.
They do decline it.
It was an illegal shift. They'll decline. Shelley picked up a few yards, but was well short of the 1st down, so Darlington will have to punt this ball away.
So the punt team will come on here for the Darlington Tigers. Punting the ball tonight is Jack Chandler, the sophomore.
No Thomas Bethel tonight.
No, haven't seen him tonight.
Hopefully he's okay.
4th and 9, the Tigers. From the 31-yard line.
Back to attempt to return the kick is going to be Braden Willoughby here for the Eagles. There's the snap, looks good. The kick is on the way. It's going to be a spiraling kick, drops into Willoughby at around the 40, and the coverage team was already down the field.
Trent Mercer, no, it wasn't Trent Mercer. It was Mason McKenzie getting down there. Now he snaps the ball, right?
Yes, he does.
So he snapped that ball and was the first man down there to greet the return man. Heck of a play there by McKenzie. And a good punt as well.
So 29 seconds left in our third quarter. And the North Cobb Christian Eagles yet again are going to have good field position. They'll start at their own 30.
Matt, we gave them the old broadcaster's curse. We talked about what a clean game and so few penalties and what happens.
Those were some killer penalties. Brock to take the snap from the shotgun. And he will drop back looking to throw a screen pass up the middle of the field. And the receiver's eyes got big. He couldn't hold on to the football. That'll be incomplete to Priester.
Yeah, they set up the screen well. Priester was open and had some open space in front of him. But I think he was thinking about making the run before he secured the football.
And you see that happen quite a bit in football, no question about that. So that brings up 2nd down and 10 here for the Eagles with the ball still at the 40-yard line on their side of the field. Darlington looking for a stop here with 25 seconds left to go in the third quarter. We're almost down to the final quarter of this football game as we edge towards 9:30. Coates in at quarterback. He's got Priester flanked to his left. Man goes in motion. There's the snap. They're going to fake the handoff. Quarterback's going to run the football. Coates has got a head full of steam and brings it across the 50 down to the 47.
Patrick Shelley came on a bit of a delayed blitz there, and he shot the gap and missed, and that allowed Coates to get upfield and pick up a first down. Coates was injured on the last drive, but he's apparently shaking that off and is back on the field, ready to contribute. He's been a heck of a player tonight.
So we've got 10 seconds left to go here in our third quarter of play. That may be the last play that we've seen of the half, and it looks like it will be. We're down to the 5-second mark, so it looks like we're heading now to the fourth quarter. So time expires to end our third quarter. You hear the buzzer there. It's 28-17 in favor of your Darlington Tigers. We'll send it back to the studio for 1 minute and come back for the final 12 after these messages.
And there's still time to visit the concession stand. We can find some Ziegler's barbecue, hamburgers, hot dogs, Papa John's pizza, nachos, hot chocolate, candy, variety of Coke.
All right, we head to the fourth quarter. Your score, Darlington 28, North Cobb Christian Eagles 17 here on this road game. Final road game of the regular season. Going to be home next week to wrap up the regular season schedule against Walker. But now North Cobb Christian with the ball, and they got 1st and 10 on Darlington's side of the field, just on Darlington's side of the field. Brock's going to put it in the air, a wobbly pass, and Patrick Shelley dove for it, a little bit out of his reach, but that'll be incomplete.
He got a fingertip on it there as that ball came out wobbly and behind the receiver. Both Shelley and the intended receiver, Skylar Parker, who already has 2 touchdowns tonight, had to turn around trying to make a play on it, and Shelley almost reeled it in.
So that brings up 2nd down and 10 from the 48-yard line, just on Darlington's side of the field here for this North Cobb Christian team, which is now working from left to right on your radio dial. They'll send a couple of wide receivers to the near side, one on the far side. In the backfield is going to be Jaden Coates, a few steps behind the quarterback, Brock, who's in for this play. There's the snap. They're going to hand it to Coates. He bounces to the left, and the Tigers will chase him down after he picks up about 3 yards on the play.
Jaden Coates.
Coates has been dynamic tonight, but that time the Tigers were able to get him down. And again, the freshman stepping up to make a play.
So
that brings up 3rd down and 7 here for the Eagles. So the Tigers looking to get a stop here on 3rd down, get the defense off the field.
Vanessa Lindsay, please report to the press box.
Of course, at this point, you would assume that North Cobb Christian's in 4-down territory. There's the snap. They're going to drop back, and the flag comes in.
False start. That'll back them up and put them in 3rd and 12 instead of 3rd and 7.
Tigers lead at 28-17. We're at the 11-13 mark of our final quarter of play.
And Luke Brock's trotted over to the sidelines to get some instructions from his coaching staff.
It's going to be a 3rd and 12 for the Eagles from the 50-yard line.
So the ball's going to be at the middle of the field here for the Eagles as quarterback Brock brings the play call in from the sidelines. Going to have the Rome Orthopedic Center High School football scoreboard show for you in just a little bit, about 30 minutes away from that. May get a little early this time. 3 wide receivers to the near side, 1 on the far side. There's the snap. Dropping back is Brock, looking for a receiver. He's going to have to tuck it and run, and he is going to take a sack. Bringing him down is Big Gus Gamage, the Gus Bus.
The Gus Bus arrived, and it arrives on time with a huge sack, setting up a 4th down here, and I really don't think the Eagles have any choice but to go for it on 4th and 13.
I'm with you, Ian. We'll see what they elect to do, but they've got their quarterback Brock coming back from the line of from the sidelines with a play call, so it looks like they will go for it on 4th and 13 here. Ball is on the 49-yard line on the Eagles side of the field. They'll send a couple of wide receivers off to each side of the formation. They'll line up in a gun. As Brock gets ready to take the snap, man runs up towards his right. He'll drop back, looking to throw, put some air under it. Pretty good ball, and that is going to be incomplete. Almost hung on. A flag comes in. That's going to be pass interference.
It is. That ball hung in the air a long time, and that's tough on a defender. Caleb Thompson attempted to make the play there, and it wasn't blatant by any means, but there was some, I don't know, Matt. I don't know.
Against the Tigers?
There was some contact, but it wasn't, I don't know. That's a little ticky-tacky. Looking at the replay here, that ball came in.
I thought it was a fairly clean play. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, Thompson's got his hands under him, but he's not making contact there. Yeah.
I'm not so sure about that, but the call will stand. The Darlington fans were sitting right next to him. Heard some boo birds come out. They didn't like it.
Now, let's see where the ball gets marked. It's automatic first down. 15-yard penalty.
Yep.
First down.
So that'll be a first down here for the Eagles instead. So they'll have a 1st and 10 from the 36-yard line after the pass interference call.
And that keeps their hopes alive.
Oh, yeah. I formation. They'll snap it and hand it off. Coach runs up the middle, spins around. He is headed towards the end zone. He's going to be diving into the end zone after a big run of 41 or 36 yards, I should say. Jaden Oates with the touchdown.
And you're going to have some hot Darlington Tiger fans after that PI was called. Kind of a phantom PI. I could see why the ref thought there was contact, but if you saw it on the replay, there wasn't much. And on the very next play, to their credit, North Cobb Christian cashes in on a big run from Jaden Coates, who's had a big night. And they keep this thing alive, cutting it to 4 points. So every time Matt says we might get to the scoreboard show early, count on the opposite.
So you're blaming me for this. Thanks a lot, man. Really appreciate it. Going to sick some upset Tigers fans after me. Just what I need. They'll line up. Going to go for 2 here, folks. It's 28-23. And Brock will take taking the snaps. Priester, and he dives into the end zone. He may have been a little bit short.
I mean, the judge on our side's ruling him short, so is the other.
He's short.
So a big stop there because we know they've got a weapon in Trey Stevens. He's got a big leg. I think he could hit from 50 in. So that's a big stop.
Tigers 28, Eagles 23.
Hopefully Darlington can avoid the situation where North Cobb Christian has the ball with a chance to win this thing. Let's go get a touchdown, Tigers, and put this thing away.
I would agree wholeheartedly. I don't think my ticker can handle any more of what we had last week, to be honest with you.
It was an intense finish. Going to give you a quick score update. Rome in a defensive struggle. Still only up 7-0 in the fourth quarter against a good Alexander team. Model trailing 15-21 at Pepperell. The Dragons have come roaring back. Rockmart up 35-20. Fannin won 42-7. Dade up 28-0 over Coosa, and Calhoun leads Cass 28-14. And another one, a surprising one here. The Lafayette Ramblers are up 13-0 over Sonoraville. They've really had a good season.
Oh, they really have. No kidding. All right, 9:53 left to go in this one. Darlington 28, North Cobb Christian Eagles 23, as the Eagles will tee it up, and Mr. Stevens will boot it away to the Tigers again. Talon Shirey is standing around the 1 yard line on the far side of the field. Ball at the 40-yard line as Stevens gets ready to trot up to the football. And a little bit of delay here getting going. Here he goes. Puts the boot on the ball. That'll be end over end. That's going to drop and be picked up by Talon Shirey at the 5 yard line. He's going to cut up to the near side of the field. Now cuts upfield. Flag comes in.
Yeah.
Ball is out to about the 27. Yeah. But what's the penalty?
It's going to be a block in the back. Eli Thompson was trying to lay a block, and he was just a little bit behind him. So that one's going to come back.
There is a flag on play.
Tigers fans are getting a little frustrated here as the flags have affected the game here in the fourth quarter.
Holding
penalty against the Darlington Tigers. So that'll back them up. As the official marks off the penalty yardage, it's going to drop the Tigers back inside the 15, it looks like, as they get ready to start this drive. Going to have a long way to go.
They certainly will, Matt. They're taking it even further back.
What is going on? They're going to line it up at the 7 yard line, it looks like. Dang.
Well, the Tigers have had a lot of success running the ball with Caleb Thompson.
All right, folks, 28-23, Darlington with the football and a 5-point lead. They are backed up close to their own goal line. Shelley takes the snap from the shotgun, gives it to Caleb Thompson, and he's going to be spun around and down at the 10 yard line.
Picks up a tough 3 yards there.
Now going to play with the Eagles, number 23, Blake Conchak.
And Matt, we got another close one.
We do.
For the 9 yard line.
Got it. Send 2 wide receivers off to the far side. Talon Shirey is going to be here as a wide receiver on the near side. Caleb Thompson stays in the backfield as he's been all night here with Patrick Shelley. He has rarely had a break tonight. Shelley takes the snap, and he is going to fake the handoff to Thompson, runs off to the right side, and then muscles through and picks up maybe 2.
Well defended there.
Patrick Shelley.
Braden Willoughby came free off the edge. That was a good thing that Shelley kept it, but he didn't get much.
Tigers in a tough spot with 3rd and 7 here with the ball at the 11 yard line, so the Tigers trying to come up big here on 3rd down.
Home crowd is coming to life here as they can smell the momentum shifting. Can the Tigers answer the bell?
3 wide receivers for the Tigers here on the near side. That's the left side. They're going to have 1 on the far side. Shelley getting ready to take the snap on 3rd and 7. He's going to hand it off to Caleb Thompson. He muscles through and it's going to be short. So the Tigers are going to have to punt this ball away.
3 and out.
Caleb Thompson.
And the Darlington fans are absolutely...
Yeah, Talon Shirey had a block downfield. He was just finishing the play, and they wanted a late hit. It was a little bit of a flop, too, to be perfectly honest, as I get to see it on the replay. So really glad the officials didn't pull the flag there. I think those in purple and white might have lost it.
I think so. So on to punt the football away for the Darlington Tigers.
And the papers are floppy, Matt.
Oh, they are floppy. Going to have 1 man back at around the 50 yard line. That's going to be Braden Willoughby here for the Eagles. And there's the kick off the foot of Bryant Powell. Puts some air under it, and it drops in for a fair catch at around the 47.
Great kick there by Powell. Kicking out from his own end zone. Beautiful spiral, high hang time, just a perfect kick. And while the field position's good, that could have been a returnable ball. So great special teams there from the Darlington Tigers. And let's not forget, this defense earned their way off the field. But a PI came back to haunt them. There's a flag down on this play, Matt.
It's going to be a false start.
It sure is. They're going to tack the 5 yards on from the end of the return and not make Darlington punt the ball again, which is a little surprising. But the penalty bug has bitten the Tigers. And I'm sure if you ask some of these Tiger fans, some of them might not be warranted. So that'll push the ball into Darlington territory at the 47-yard line.
So the Eagles will line up. At quarterback is going to be Brock. He'll line them up in a I formation with a wide receiver on the far side. Everybody else in tight. They're going to hand it off and run it up the gut with Mr. Jaden Coates, and he picks up 7 or 8 yards.
And we're seeing more push from this offensive line than we've seen all night. There's a new energy on this Eagles team, and Darlington's going to have to push back.
DJ Johnson.
So 2nd down and 3 here for the Eagles at the 7-minute mark here of the 4th quarter, trailing it here at home 28-23 to your Darlington Tigers. But the Tigers are in a little bit of trouble here late in this football game. Going to send a wide receiver off to the far side. Going to be that I formation again with Brock under center. And here comes the snap here with 2nd and 3 to go. He looks off to the sidelines, getting some signals here from the coaching staff of North Cobb Christian. Matt Jones doing a great job in his first season at the helm, taking over for Hollers. Hollers is at Commerce now. They're going to pitch it, give it a Priester, I believe, that time, and he gets the first down.
He's going to get the first down. That sweep play has not really been that successful tonight, but they got enough for the first down on that one. They move the chains.
62, Caleb Butler.
So the ball on the 36-yard line with a fresh set of downs here for the Eagles. Defense really badly needing a stop here for the Tigers.
How's that ticker?
Oh, my goodness.
And again, it just shows what momentum can do for the confidence of a team and the way they play. Right now, this Eagles offensive line just looks like a different unit than they have most of the game.
Now Brock's going to go wide to the left. We're going to have a timeout called by the Eagles, so we'll take one as well. 6:01 left to go in the ball game. Right now, Darlington up 28-23. We'll be back in 30 seconds. Dang. All right, we're back in Kennesaw, Georgia at Jacob Dennis Field here on the campus of North Cobb Christian School. Darlington up right now 28-23, but they've got a little bit of a situation as North Cobb Christian has the football, a lot of momentum, 1st and 10. They got the ball in the Darlington 36.
Yeah, momentum has certainly shifted here, Matt. And the Darlington defense is going to have to rise to the challenge. They've done a good job of that throughout the season, but a 1st and 10 at the 36. For this Eagles offense, they're coming out. I think they're going to try to move quick here.
They will line up with everybody in tight here for this formation as they get ready to snap the ball. They're going to snap it at the hands of Coates. He's going to hand it off. They'll run up the near side, and Gatlin Hancock lays the wood on him really quickly.
Gatlin Hancock was there and ready and power bombed him at the end of that play. Just an excellent defensive play there.
Of course, his parents are standing right next to us, Scotty and Rhonda Hancock, and boy, they were fired up about that play, weren't they?
They were indeed, as they should be.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
He may not have the mullet anymore, but he's still got the swag.
He's got the power of the mullet, there's no doubt about it. So 2nd down and 10 here for the Eagles as they run back to line of scrimmage at the 36 in Darlington territory. Coach still in at quarterback, getting ready to take the snap here from the gun. 2 wide receivers on the far side of the formation. That's the left side. They're going to hand it off and try to run it back up the middle, and that's going to be a loss for about a yard.
Yeah, they went right back to the well and ran the same play, and once again, Hancock was the first man there to disrupt. Joel Lowenberg, Alan Cordero, Christian McClooney were all there to clean it up after he forced him to change direction.
That brings up 3rd down and 10 here for the North Cobb Christian Eagles. Ball still at that 36-yard line. Got to send 3 wide. Trips to the near side here for the Eagles. Pistol formation. Now they're going to flank a running back to the right of the quarterback, Brock. A screen pass at the middle. Ball comes out, and diving on it's Gatlin Hancock. That's an incomplete pass.
And I'll have to see who came up and made that hit and broke that pass up. I believe it was Joel Lowenberg. And it was.
So it's 4th down and 4th and 10. Ball at the 36-yard line. North Cobb Christian obviously in 4-down territory here.
The last time they were in this position, they took a shot downfield and drew a questionable pass interference call. They're going to have to take a timeout and think this one over.
Let's take one as well. 4:37 left to go. Big 4th and 10 coming up here for North Cobb Christian. 28-3, Darlington on top. We'll be back in 30. Houston Astros are up 1-0 in the bottom of the 5th, by the way, if you're looking for an update on that ALCS game taking place tonight.
Yeah, those playoff games, man, they're all nail-biters. A couple other quick score updates. Rome's up 9-0, and the Model Blue Devils have a 1-point lead, 22-21 in Lindale in the 4th quarter.
Goodness gracious. Didn't see that coming, to be honest with you.
No way.
All right, Eagles at the line of scrimmage now. North Cobb with a Christian with a football. 4th and 10 at the 36. Darlington trying to pin those ears back and get a stop here. This be a big, big play at the end of the football game. Man goes in motion. Now 4 wide receiver set. Brock drops back, is going to throw. Flags on the field. Ball in the air. Tipped and incomplete. Let's see what the flag is.
It's procedure. The receiver moved early.
Pass incomplete.
So Darlington should.
So there is a flag on play.
Unless it was a dead ball foul, they should be able to decline this. Declined, Darlington football.
All right, so Darlington's going to get the football after it's turned over on downs by North Cobb Christian. Darlington will get the ball back with 4:30 left to go in the football game with a 5-point lead. So certainly by no means out of the woods yet, but this certainly helps the cause.
No, you know, North Cobb Christian had to spend 2 timeouts on that drive, so I think a first down, definitely 2 first downs would ice this ball game.
So the Tigers are going to start off on the 36-yard line on their side of the field, trying to come up with a hard-fought win here tonight. Probably a little bit harder fought than they were hoping for after last week's game. 3 wide receiver set, 2 on the far side, 1 on the near. Shelley in at quarterback, takes the snap, hands it off. Caleb Thompson's got some green grass. He's on the run. He's at the 40, the 30, the 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, gone! Touchdown, Darlington Tigers. Caleb Thompson comes up with a massive play, and the Tigers have put themselves in position to win this football game.
No doubt about it, and how awesome is it for the guy who has carried the rock time and time again tonight to break the big one that should seal this victory. Caleb Thompson to the house.
64-yard run play. And I did my math right.
And Matt, that puts him over 200 yards on the night with 2 touchdowns. What a great game from Caleb Thompson.
Unbelievable run. And now Darlington up 34-23. And Rylan Scott on for the extra point, trying to finish the game perfect in terms of his contribution on the extra points. Unbelievably consistent this season. Here comes the kick on the way, and it is good. 35-23, the Darlington Tigers on top with 4:18 left to go.
Extending that lead to 12 points with 4 minutes left in this ball game.
There's a flag on the field.
There is a flag of play.
So the Tigers fans really into it now. Starting to feel perhaps that 8th win in a row this season, but still some time left in the football game. I love the enthusiasm.
I know. I'm just letting
They're
the fans tell the story.
Yes,
right
sir.
now. Some testy moments here with penalties, and if you're not watching on the live stream, if you're listening to it on the radio, there's only one set of bleachers, so both sets of fans are sitting on the same side of the field.
I was talking to Coach Atha in our pregame interview, and he said that he has kind of a love-hate relationship with us sometimes because these close games are exciting, but when you're in the moment, you can't really enjoy it until it's over, and then you feel the elation of picking up a victory in a game like this, and hopefully Darlington's going to get to feel that elation tonight. But I'm sure he wishes that this game would have been in pocket a while back.
Oh, no doubt about it. I mean, it's a stressful situation here, but region championships don't come easy.
No, they don't, especially in this region. This is a very good region from top to bottom, for sure.
We're going to have a new kickoff man out there. We've seen
Hendricks.
Yeah, Hendricks Jones has handled these duties from time to time this season.
And he'll be kicking it this time from the 45-yard line after the penalty yards were assessed.
Yeah, and unsportsmanlike after that extra point.
And here comes the kick. It's going to be end over end. It's going to drop and go back into the end zone. It will be brought out. He had 1 foot out of the end zone, and bringing it out is going to be Britton Willoughby. He's dropped at about the 5-yard line. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, nice high kick there from Hendricks Jones. And Talon Showery went down and made a heck of a tackle at the 5-yard line.
Tigers, number 1, Talon Showery.
Man, this is so much fun. Darlington up 35-23. We're at the 4:04 mark.
First and 10 for
and then
Eagles.
they're going to pin the Eagles back at their own 6.
Yard line.
And Matt, it's not completely over, but things are looking good for the Darlington Tigers.
So the Eagles come back to the line of scrimmage with 95 yards to go to get in the end zone. Under center is going to be Luke Brock. He'll take the snap. He's going to turn around and hand it off and stand up with just an unbelievable run. Look at the moves that you're getting right now from Jaden Coates. He's a man on a mission, brings it down to the 25.
I know, it took all 11 Tigers to get him to the turf. He has played some inspired football, especially in this second half.
Got a man down here for the Tigers.
Is that Christian McClooney?
I believe it is.
And last thing you want late in a game like this as we near the end of the season is an injury to a key player like that. Let's hope he's okay.
We have 3:52 to go in the football game. We've got the trainer on and also Coach Atha to have a look at Christian McClooney, who is the man that's down on the field. And they've got him flipped around, kind of working on him. So we'll see what that situation is here in just a couple of moments. But since we got a little bit of a break in the action, you got any more score updates for us?
Yeah, man? Rome's still up 9-0. The Pepperell Dragons have answered the bell and are up 28-22. So a back-and-forth game, an exciting game in Lindale. And that one has to be getting close to its conclusion. Rockmart's up 35-20 in the third quarter. Cass still hanging tough, only down 28-14 in the third quarter to Calhoun. And that's all I've got for you right now, Matt. Woodland did get on the board against Cartersville. They scored a touchdown.
I'm going to give you an update on the American League Championship Series for you in just a couple of moments. Now we're watching that one pretty closely. It looks like in the bottom of the fifth, it still remains 1-0 in favor of the Houston Astros. And as I've pointed out many times, as a Atlanta Braves fan, I'll be rooting for the Braves no matter what, but I'd love to see the Braves and the Red Sox play in the World Series because Atlanta Braves were always number one for me, but the Red Sox were probably my second favorite team, having gone to a lot of spring training games as a kid, watching them growing up.
It will be a classic matchup. I just want to see the Braves get there.
I do, too.
The Sox have gotten a couple.
It's the Braves' time.
It's the Braves' time. Come on, boys.
I'll tell you what I'll be watching, though. I'll be watching for when those tickets go on sale because once they end up in the secondary market, you can forget it. Those are going to be expensive tickets.
No doubt about it.
For the Eagles, from the 20.
So if anybody's got the inside track
Yeah, we're
The
talking
World Series tickets.
all you Hot Shot Braves ticket holders. Me and Matt love to go with you. Matt tells jokes. I'll buy beers.
Under center is Brock here for North Cobb Christian. He's going to roll out looking to pass, puts the ball in the air, and it's intercepted! Eli Thompson pulls the ball down. We haven't seen the officials call, but I think this is going to be an interception.
There is no doubt about it, Matt. That play happened right in front of us.
And that is going to get it for me. And my goodness, Eli Thompson comes down with the interception.
And that seals a region championship for the Darlington Tigers.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable season for this Darlington Tigers team. Dropped the first game at home. It was a weird week. They were supposed to play one team at the beginning of the week. Ended up with Whitfield Academy with 2 days before the game was played. Lost that game in a close one, and since then, they've been perfect in terms of the win-loss record, reeling off what will be 8 wins after this one concludes.
And how valuable have these two brothers been to this Darlington Tiger team? Eli and Caleb Thompson, we didn't know their names at the end of last season. We know them now. They have certainly brought everything they can to this Tiger program.
Patrick Shelley takes the snap on 1st and 10, and they're going to hand it off. Caleb Thompson picks up 10 yards.
And a Parker and Lundy first down as well. And now it's just a matter of running the time off this clock.
And I actually know Caleb and Eli's parents, Keith and Marcia Thompson, and Marcia came up to us right before the game and said that they had their Nana here at the game, and she gets pretty loud, so we may want to move our stuff a little bit over the other way.
Well, we wanted to hear you tonight, Nana, because that means the Tigers are having success, and she's got to be proud of her grandsons tonight.
Indeed. Somebody drives by honking horns. Maybe that's a Tigers fan that saw the scoreboard. 3 wide set here for the Tigers. That's going to be 2nd and 2 as Patrick Shelley gets ready to take the snap with 2:50 left to go in the game. Obviously taking his time here before the snap. They're going to hand it off. They're going to go back to another man this time. That's going to be Bowden Owens, of course, and he picks up the first down.
Bowden Owens, tackle on play by number 8, Jaden Cruz.
A Parker and Lundy first down to that.
Indeed.
65, Denzel Alexander Lewis.
All right. Loving watching these Tigers fans because we're sitting out here with them tonight, watching them have fun at this game at this point.
Well, what a big win. I don't know why I thought that it hadn't been that long, but 2015, the last region championship for the Tigers.
And at that time, Darlington was in Region 7AA, and they won 2 region championships in a row in the 2 years that they were in 7AA. So I know all the other teams in that region were glad to see the Tigers move back to single A. Couldn't beat them. They went undefeated against region teams that year, or those 2 years. Yeah. Another run there. This time it's going to be from Lowenberg. He picks up a good chunk of yards there on first down. About 5 or 6.
Number 7, Braden Willoughby.
It looked like Lowenberg had the ball. It was Owens again, but Lowenberg was the lead blocker on that one.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
So 2nd and 4 here for the Tigers with the ball on the 39-yard line. Glad you're with us tonight here on WLAQ. I'm so excited I can barely talk anymore. Going to have Braden Bell wide here to the near side. Mason McKenzie's in the slot on the far side. Will Bagby's in for this package, split wide right. Shotgun formation. Patrick Shelley is getting ready to take the snap here. 1:24 left to go in the game. They're going to hand it off, and being dropped is going to be Bowden Owens.
Bowden Owens.
Takes a loss of about a yard, I think.
And let's see here.
North
Cobb is going to take their last time out.
All right. We're going to take a timeout as well. I'll tell you what, we're going to keep it right here. 1:16 left to go, and I just got a text that I want to share with you guys from our stat guy, Stacy Norton. He said that Caleb Thompson has 208 yards rushing for the game tonight.
How many?
208.
208. I knew he went over 200. What a night.
Yeah.
What a night for that young man. 208 yards and 2 touchdowns. The last one, quite an exciting 64-yard scamper.
We're going to have a very brief post-game show because it's almost 10 o'clock. I made that comment about 30 minutes ago about maybe getting started earlier, and you're right. That's usually the kiss of death when you say something like that.
Yeah.
Sorry, Lynn and Austin back there at the studio getting ready for your time. We're going to cut into it a little bit, but we will try not to too much.
I'll apologize to the Darlington fans because as soon as I started talking about the lack of penalties, they went on a tear of penalties. So it's just the broadcaster's curse. There's no doubt about it.
But I think all is going to be well right with the world at the end of this game.
When I'm watching my team and the broadcaster says, well, the quarterback hadn't thrown an interception in 172 attempts. I'm like, stop! Please stop! Next play, pick 6, you know? It seems like it always happens that way.
Well, I tell you what, man, I just want to take this opportunity to thank Coach Atha, the administration at the school, and this football program for letting us call these games.
Absolutely.
It's been an absolute ball to be able to do it, but the last few weeks it's been a lifesaver. It's been a lot of fun.
No doubt about it, man. We've had some fun finishes. You know, tonight we wanted to see an exciting game, but a comfortable Darlington victory. It got a little too close for comfort at one point, but the Tigers are going to bring this thing home, and it's just been a pleasure to be a part of this team.
1:16 left to go. 3rd down and 6 here for the Tigers. Shelley has got them in the gun. They're going to hand it off to Caleb Thompson, and he is going to dive forward, and he's close to the first down depending on the spot. I think he's got it. He's got it.
So one more time, a Parker and Lundy first down, Matt.
Indeed.
And number 55.
And now we're going to get close to the 1-minute mark. 1:07 left to go in this football game. Darlington up 35-23. 1:03 and the clock ticking. Going to have Braden Bell split wide to the near side. Off to the right side of the formations, Will Bagby, who scored a touchdown earlier in the games, had a great season here in his senior year. It's been fun watching him play the last few years. Get so many different contributions from so many different guys on this football team. There's a snap, and Patrick Shelley takes a knee.
Everybody's favorite formation.
As long as you're the team that's in that formation, right? And that is it.
And they know what happened tonight. You can see it.
Yes, they do. So Darlington's going to win this football game 35-23. And I believe, unless I'm badly mistaken, that puts them at the top of the region for the season. That's the way I understand it. So we're going to stick with that as we're looking at Darlington Tigers, the region champions for 7A private. So anyway, that's going to put a wrap on this football game. We are going to send it back to the studio for a quick timeout, maybe just about 2 minutes, but we know our answer to the Honeymoon Bakery icing on the cake player of the game. But we'll take a quick breath for about 2 minutes. We'll come back and wrap things up here from Kennesaw, Georgia, and North Cobb Christian School. The Darlington Tigers victorious tonight, 35-23, 8 wins in a row, 8-1 on the season, remain perfect in region play as they get ready to wrap up the regular season next week at Chris Hunter Stadium against Walker School. We'll be back in 2 minutes.
Have a safe trip home and make
All right, I can hear our guys back in the studio, Lynn Butler and Austin Butler, and those guys are just chomping at the bit to get started with Rome Orthopedic Center High School Football Scoreboard Show. So we're going to make this wrap-up show very, very quickly so they can get to that. But we know our answer for the Honeymoon Bakery icing on the cake player of the game, but now we have some official numbers from the game.
We sure do. Caleb Thompson carried the ball 27 times for 214 yards and 2 touchdowns. He also had a reception for 6 yards and a key interception in the first half. And with that, he is undoubtedly our Honeymoon Bakery icing on the cake player of the game. His Nana was here. His brother got the game-sealing interception, so the Thompsons need to go home. Share that cupcake with Nana.
That's right. Please do. So, again, congratulations to Caleb Thompson, and congratulations to Coach Atha and his Darlington Tigers on a big win on the road, 35-23. We told you at the beginning of the broadcast this was the scene of his 150th career win as a head coach, and he gets another big one here tonight.
Yeah, he can add a region championship sealing victory to his accolades here at North Cobb Christian.
Well, we want to thank our radio sponsors, Floyd Medical Center, Honeymoon Bakery, for the icing on the cake player of the game. Always love going by the bakery and picking that up. Maybe a little something else as I head over to the school to meet with Coach for our interview on Thursdays and take that to those deserving young men of the award. Also, Riverside Auto Group, been with us for a long time. Avery Drugs, Harbin Clinic, Rome Orthopedic Center. We appreciate those guys. Also, Ware Mechanical and Jower Scalar for sponsoring these games. Without them, we wouldn't be here tonight. So we certainly appreciate it, and I know Darlington Tigers appreciate it as well. So that's going to put a wrap on the evening. And for Dave Corbin and Joey Johnson, the film crew tonight, Ian Griffin always does a fantastic job for us. It's always a pleasure working with you. And we're going to get us something to eat and have a nice ride home, huh?
Let's do it.
All right, folks, we appreciate you tuning in to Darlington football here on WLAQ. Darlington winners tonight, 35-23 on the road over North Cobb Christian, a hard-fought victory. They will get to celebrate and then get back to the drawing board to finish up the regular season against Walker. They'll take a break with the bye week after that, and then it will be time for the playoffs. And I just saw a famous Tiger here tonight. I look out onto the field at the 40-yard line.
Can't miss him.
You can't miss him. Tate Ratledge is here tonight to see this victory, a Georgia Bulldog. And I noticed that he was all academic. I saw Kirby Smart post that on Twitter. So that was fantastic to see that happen earlier this week. So congratulations to that young man as well. But that's going to put a wrap on our broadcast. Hope you enjoyed it tonight. And we'll be with you next week, maybe video only. We'll see what happens with the Braves in terms of the radio broadcast. But with that said, for Ian Griffin, I'm Matt Davis. So long, everybody. Hope you enjoy the Rome Orthopedic Center High School Football Scoreboard Show with Lynn Butler and Austin Butler happening right now.